defending AFC West champion, Denver Broncos.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen ready for some preseason football. Off we go from Denver. Good coverage by the kick team. Force him to start out back at the 23-yard line. It is the Packers offense led by Jordan Love. His 4th year as a full-time starter, year 6 in the league for the quarterback out of Utah State.
And I really liked what I've seen from Jordan Love, especially just this season ago. I think the big question for Matt LaFleur is how much of the offense do I really dump on Jordan Love's back? I know how talented he is. I know how special he is. But it almost feels like Matt LaFleur understands I don't want to overdo it with my young quarterback and make the entire team rest on his shoulders. But as a result, I don't know if you're ever going to get the best out of Jordan Love until you do that. So I think this offseason, Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love spending a lot of time together building this offense to not only support Jordan Love, but to bring out the best in him.
Pick up a 2 on the last run. Here's 2nd and 8. In motion, Reed. On play action, Love. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Tucker Kraft was the intended receiver there. 3rd down coming up. In motion, it's Golden. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. And he's not going to be able to escape the rush here. He goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Here come the Broncos, led out by Bo Nix. Greg, season 3 for the Oregon quarterback. Led the Broncos to the AFC West title last year and snapped that 9-year Kansas City run atop the AFC West.
You know, one of the more interesting endings to a year ago, right, Mike? I mean, you think the fact that Bo Nix leads the Broncos deep into the playoffs, gets injured in the divisional round game, can't start the AFC Championship game. A lot of what-ifs, a lot of questions. What if Bo Nix was healthy? Well, he's healthy now. He's back a season later, and this Broncos team, I think they're ready to compete for the AFC title.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Quick completion to start things out, and their first drive begins with a 1st down.
You know, Mike, with a guy like Cortland Sutton, I think he's someone who seems to fly under the radar because he's just a really good football player. I mean, he's cemented himself as a true #1 in Denver, and he's a big reason why the Broncos made it to the AFC Championship just a season ago.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Man in motion is Ingram. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass is incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find the throwing lane, and it sets up fourth down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
As the Packers go back on offense, there's a look at Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph. Vance, the former head coach of the Broncos for a couple of years, now in season 4, back as their defensive coordinator. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It is a big-time play for the Packers. 35 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Running is Jacobs. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Once again, it's Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. And it's third down.
Third and 2. Here we go. This one caught at the 4. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Back up to the 3. It's second and goal. A good play action with Love. Open is the tight end, Kraft. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
From the gun, it's Love. That's going to be intercepted. Past midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A run with Dobbins. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
31. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
More after this. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. What will the second quarter have in store? Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter. They've got it with 2nd and 3 coming up. Here's Dobbins. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
And now 3rd. They only need 2 yards. That is caught out wide on the RPO. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Broncos will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, it's not often you get a second chance to atone for a missed field goal this early in the game, but I like it. They send him right back out there to finish off drive number 2, and this time he puts it through.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense ready for this next possession. And Greg, it's the time of year where those veterans know they're going to make the team. They're going to be on the roster for the opener. So when you went through that phase of your career, how did you approach the preseason?
Yeah, certainly different when I was a rookie or really early in my career than I was towards the back end. There's no question. And I think as I got older in the league and a little bit more established, my priorities of what I wanted out of those games, Mike, I think might have changed a little bit, right? I wanted to feel what it was like to get tackled. I wanted to feel what it was like just getting in and out of the huddle, keeping up with the play clock, getting into the operation of the game. It wasn't necessarily about how many catches or trying to make the roster, but it was the next step, preparing myself for the inevitability of a week 1 playing the full game in a full live environment. So this was the next step. You got practice to get your body right, then you have a couple preseason reps to kind of take that next step, all leading up to being healthy and ready to go come week 1 of the regular season.
Love to throw it on 1st down. That one incomplete. Trying to find Jaden Reed. 2nd down.
They just desperately need to get something positive going here, Mike. It just feels like they're a play away from really jump-starting everything they've talked about being good at throughout the course of the week's prep. And it's really been the inability to sustain drives. So critical 3rd downs, better on 1st and 2nd. Somewhere it's got to pop, and somebody's got to make a play.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. It was a short one caught by Kraft. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
This is a great example, Mike, of why it's so important that the front and the secondary work together, because I think if they can hold up a little bit longer in the back end in pass coverage, this play probably results in a sack, but he can get the ball out just in time, and they turn that close call into a fresh set of downs.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
That play just really looked doomed from the start, didn't it? It didn't look like the timing. It didn't look like he was confident in his read. And that time he pulls it, nowhere really to go, and take him down for a loss.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
And they will get another play off. We have reached the 2-minute warning. Greg and I return to Denver after this. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He takes off. And Nix with the wise move there at the end, sliding to a stop, but he's got the first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Nix now on 1st and 10. That's caught on the right side by Sutton.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
This will be a 2nd down and 6. Play action now. It's Nix. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Flushed to his left. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Hey, nice job defensively. Rally the football and stop him, as that scramble is going to leave him 3 yards short of the first down.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Broncos will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Packers offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with the first half. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Oh, the ball comes out. The Broncos say they have it, and yes, they do.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
The Broncos offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. So from the 36, it is 1st and 10. In motion, Reed. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one caught. That's Matthew Golden. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. Good start to this drive so far. Another 1st and 10. To throw is Love. Pass caught right side by Kraft. Packers going to use their final timeout now as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
37-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. To throw is Love. The pressure going to cave in on him. He will go down. Sack Allen. He's able to force the big loss on the sack, and it sets up 3rd and long. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll give it to Dobbins. And no room to be found. We'll get this back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. A pickup there of 13. First down, Broncos.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Now it's Dobbins. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And he'll get forward for about a yard. Their rookie third-round pick. They're on the stop.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard. On the ground, here's Dobbins. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they were able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. In motion, Reed. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Love. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Love to throw. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win. That's exactly what he did here. And this play, Mike, is really just the epitome of what we've seen this entire game. They have not been able to get anything going offensively. It almost seems like they've been operating going in reverse the entire day. In this case, another run, another loss.
A 2nd down throw for Love. Look in the middle. That's Kraft. He's got it. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That one caught. He finds Golden. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
16 yards.
Finally seems that this offense has found their rhythm after what's been a really slow first 2 quarters. They're hopeful that this series can be the spark. They continue to be efficient in the passing game and go finish this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Here's Love to throw. To the left side, he finds Kraft. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
It seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is. And he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch. And even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks.
And he's in! Josh Jacobs! Touchdown, Packers! The game-tying touchdown here in the 4th quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this 4th quarter lead.
Now the try for an extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the fourth quarter. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He's got his man. He finds Sutton. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. They get 14 on that hookup. Good for a Denver 1st down.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And he's close to another 1st down. Brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
They come up for 2nd and 2. RPO, quick throw. There's Sutton. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
At the 50-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Big play in the game right here. It's third down. They'll drop to throw. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Packers' 20-yard line.
A run with Dobbins. And yet again, this defense giving him nowhere to go. Tackled for a loss.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to take the lead at the end of regulation. This kick is good. And they take the lead here late in this preseason battle.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And not liking anything downfield, he'll just get this to the sideline. It is incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable and just line up and snap it again.
Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Love. taking a shot downfield. That is brought in. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out, and this game is over. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. As we move closer to the regular season, they'll wrap up the preseason with the finale next week before we get it going for real come September. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.